like a lot of times when you're trying to start a business, you usually think, I am very good at programming. In this case, I'm going to use an example of starting a bakery. You say, I'm very good at making cakes, and my friends are telling me that, oh, you're good at making cakes. You should definitely start a bakery, or you should start selling cakes, or something like that. And a lot of us usually start our businesses through that way. You figure out you're good at a specific technical skill, and you decide that you're going to start a business based on that skill. Initially, you start making your cakes, and you start realizing that, oh man, starting a business involves more than making cakes. I need to start thinking about hiring other people. I need to start thinking about managing this business. I need to start thinking about marketing. And so it becomes exhausting for the entrepreneur, and then the business ends up not working out. But one idea which I've found that can help you like completely change the way you think about businesses is changing from the idea of I'm an individual baker, and I would like to build a cake that I will sell to the customers. In that case, you're going to make a nice cake for your customer, and the customer is going to enjoy it because you're the one who built it. But if you want to serve 100 customers, how are you going to do that in a scalable way? And the solution here is to think about creating systems and not creating the individual product. So you don't want to be the baker who builds who bakes one cake that then you serve to your customers. You want to be the baker who has designed a system that generates cakes. And what I mean is, you're setting up a system that results in the cake, and you're not baking the cake itself. So you're thinking to yourself, what do I need to do? What are the steps that are involved in building in creating this cake? I need to first of all source the best ingredients, and then it needs to be cooked at this specific temperature for this long, after you've mixed the ingredients, and then it needs to be served like this to the customer. And so you analyze each step of your process, and then for each step, you try and create templates, documents, and processes that can fill in that step. So, for example, if I'm starting a bakery, you start by thinking, what's the process for setting up what's the process for sourcing ingredients? And then you write down and document all the steps in an easy way, easy to understand. And then after you've done that, you hire someone. This is if you want to expand. You don't need to expand, but it's important to think of your idea in an expandable way. You can also do this completely by yourself, but you think about it as a franchise, as a prototype for a bigger business. So you say, now that I've documented all the processes for baking this cake, it's easy, and it's easy documentation. It's easy for me to hire someone who doesn't have any experience. So the test of your system is going to be, if you hire someone who has completely no experience and you bring them into your business, will they be able to follow the instructions that you have laid out? And will they be able to end up making that cake to the degree that you wanted them to make that cake at? So that you see what you've done, you've created a system that can take in someone who is inexperienced, and then it can result in a product which is very, very good either way. So you don't need to hire people who are completely who are like masters, or who are very, for example, if you're doing marketing, that we've been talking about that. If you're doing accounting, if you set up your own process for doing accounting, it's possible for you to get someone who's not very experienced to help you with that accounting. It's possible for you to get someone who's not very experienced to help you with that marketing, or to help you with the product, if you have put in the work of analyzing your product and documenting everything, so that if they need help, they can easily refer to the templates and the documentation that you've already built. And then the result of the system is still a product that is the quality you wanted, but you don't need to hire the most experienced people. So I'm trying to say here that instead of focusing on the product itself, you focus on the system that generates the product. So that if you have a good system, you can put in anyone in any part of that system, and they'll be able to still do the work, because you did the initial work of setting up the system.